Hey guys, it's Mike Harn with Anlon Construction, bringing you another one of our partnership spotlights. And today I have the privilege of talking to Courtney, who is our salesperson at Standard TV and Appliance. Now, Standard does a whole lot more than appliances, but for the sake of not making this last hours and hours, we're going to focus today on appliances that we use inside of the house and a little bit of outdoor living. How are you doing today, Courtney?
I'm good, thanks, Mike. How are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you doing this. Our goal is to be able to show people, whether they're building, remodeling, or just, doing something at their own property, kind of how you can potentially bring them value, or how we can potentially bring them value, of course, as a builder. How long have you been in the appliance world?
So I've been in the appliance world for almost 20 years.
Wow, you did that as like a baby or something?
I started when I was a little pup.
There you go. Well, that's awesome. I would imagine there's been a lot of changes in almost 20 years. What would you say have been the biggest ones? I mean, is it from a business standpoint or from an appliance standpoint?
Yeah, so I mean, really, it's from both, but more from the design standpoint of how appliances just have evolved over the years, and what builders or customers want. The manufacturers really go by what the consumer or the builders are wanting, and so it's amazing to watch the transformation from 20 years ago to now.
Right. They definitely seem, manufacturers, at least the ones that we're working with, seem to really be taking the input of the builder, and certainly of other clients. I mean, we've seen innovations happen where we're like, oh, finally, that they heard us,
Yeah.
So,
and they listen. They do a pretty good job of listening to what we want, you want, and try to bring what's missing in their lineups to the market.
So I guess along that line, what are the innovations that you're seeing? This is kind of selfish because I want to know for our clients, but maybe we can help some other people out. What sort of innovations are you either seeing that have just come out recently, or that you've heard buzz about that are coming down the pipe?
So I think the biggest innovation that seemed to just take control of people when they're building is steam.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so popular right now. It is the most healthiest way of cooking, and almost every manufacturer is now making some sort of steam oven. That's the biggest innovation I've seen. And once you use it and taste the food that comes out of a steam oven or steam microwave, whatever it may be, it's done.
Yeah, it is amazing. One of the special things that you guys have done with one of your other partners, is done a dinner, prepared by a chef utilizing these technologies, which is just, obviously there's a huge advantage of it being a chef, but really walking through the products. I think that the knowledge that you bring, you're kind of an anti-salesman, right? You're just the person telling everybody the ins and outs of their product. And I think it's just such a great thing for our clients, because we establish an allowance with them beforehand, obviously based on our knowledge and talking to you, but not only do they come out picking just beautiful stuff, they know what it is. They know why they want it, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, definitely. When you walk in, there's so much to look at. And once you kind of narrow down, listening to what is important, then it just makes it very easy.
So I guess I'd say that as a builder, right? I mean, we're working with our interior designers. They don't have a huge input on our appliance packages, but what can we do as a builder to have the client more prepared, to have the meetings with you go smoother? I should have asked this off camera, but
I think the biggest thing that would help is cabinets, right? So someone comes in here and there's so much to look at, and knowing what your kitchen layout is going to look like is the first thing, and how much space you have to work with. Because you can come in here with hopes and dreams and want the biggest and the baddest, But when you get down to your actual space of what you can do, then it really changes what you can put in a kitchen.
Yeah, the irony is I last week had a conversation on this same format with our one of our cabinet guys. And what did he say? I want the appliance specs before we start. Always the challenge on our end. And that being said, I think it makes a ton of sense. And I think that that's where, even if we don't have the exact cabinet layout, we probably, will, based on this information, do a better job of having the preliminary conversations of, a 48-inch range doesn't work here, or it does, one of the things we do with our clients when designing the houses is really walking through how they live and figuring out what's important, kind of like the same things you were talking about. But yeah, certainly the cabinet layouts always change a little bit, but wanting to help people kind of narrow that down a little bit as they're coming in. I think that makes complete sense. So,
Yeah.
So we've talked a little bit about inside of the house, but are you seeing any sort of innovations? I mean, outdoor living, especially in Oregon, covered outdoor living that we're doing it on, if not 95% of the houses, I'd be stunned. Have you seen any level of innovation on that, or anything that we should keep our eyes open for?
So it seems that it's becoming very, very popular with a lot of outdoor barbecues, kitchens, refrigeration out there, colors. Colors on the front of the barbecue. So Heston, just an example, they make a barbecue and you can custom any color to put out there. And black seems to be the biggest trend when it comes to a barbecue, making it black with a stainless top. So colors, same in the appliance world, colors are very popular, becoming more and more common and what people buy. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I think in general, the capability of customizing how big you want your barbecue. I mean, you can get them very, very large, just like a range, and make a lot of time is spent outside, especially in the summer or when it's nice out. So people really like to put extend their kitchen to outside as well. So colors are becoming more and more important to that consumer.
It really is just an extension of that great room space or whatever it is that they use. And it's funny, for a long time, I didn't think of standard TV and appliance when I thought of barbecues. I did with the outdoor refrigeration or the ice makers. But the fact that you guys are covering all of that, I think helps so many things. If you're a person looking to remodel and just put in outdoor living, or if you're a person who's looking to just do a kitchen remodel, or hopefully you're looking to build a custom house and we get to be a part of it. So I think that's super awesome. So little chance for you to talk a little bit about Standard as a business. What do you think sets Standard apart? I mean, obviously I know your competitors. They've all talked to us. They all at different points are pitching their business. But what is it that Standard does that you think as a company sets them apart?
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that question. So a couple things, right? So you get personalized service, right? So you don't have to talk to 5 different people. You get me. You call on me. I do from beginning to end and after, right? So any issues, there's always one point of contact. You don't have to worry about anything. The second part is everybody cares in this company. So upper level management, everybody's included, right? So we all want to make sure the process from start to finish goes smooth. Service, we have our own service department, so we will come out.
Huge deal.
Yeah, big deal to have somebody be able to service the appliances that you buy. We have our own delivery department. We have our own installation department. So you're not having to work with 50 different subcontractors. You get one stop, one shop, you get it all.
Yeah, that's just a huge thing. And for those of you that are stepping into this world, the ability to simplify that and have one person I certainly agree on the caring side. Courtney does an amazing job. Obviously, we can choose the salesperson we want to work with, and it was Courtney hands down. But it's the idea that if something goes wrong, and unfortunately it happens at times, we're not having to call an appliance, company to fix it. We're not having, we just know that, like you said, you'd said it in when you were talking about the stages of it. Not only before, during, but also after, you're a part of that, and I think that's, truthfully, really, really special. What do you think? To try to, my goal also in this is to try to help the overall industry. What is it that you think builders can do in general to help, to help either on the front end with sales? I mean, obviously the answer, hit your schedules, for God's sake, guys, which we understand that we try to be a little bit better than most on that, but certainly it can be a challenge. But what is it that builders could do to improve the experience of their clients when they get to work with you guys?
Wow.
This is proof I don't send the questions over, and part of that
he
is
does it. He just got me off the card there.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't
honestly,
yeah.
Yeah, he didn't prep me. I think now this year in general is very different than any other year in the appliance world, right? So I do think scheduling is the biggest. Getting that client in here very early so they understand kind of what's out there, what the budget is.
That part we do okay. That part we do good, I think.
You do great on that. Great on that. But really, once they've figured out what they want, then you're right. Scheduling is huge, especially with getting product in and making sure I know exactly when to send it out. That's really it. Other than that, you guys do a great job pretty much everything.
I do appreciate that. You brought up something interesting. You talked about 2020, obviously a challenging year on a bunch of fronts. What has been the biggest impact on Standard TV and Appliance and their ability? I mean, I've heard just in general, people that can't get this product or that product, or this is stuck, in a port here and we can't get it. I mean, we're seeing that with a lot of different trades. Have you seen that, and what is it that Standard's doing or has done to try to help with that?
So huge issue. Manufacturers shutting down, cutting half their staff. So when you're ordering product, instead of it being a month for you to get product, it's taking 3 months to get product. So if you can figure out what you like and dial it in and set it, the best thing is placing an order sooner than later, because everything is just so back ordered. You're waiting in line. It doesn't matter if it's a Samsung product, a Wolf product, a Sub-Zero product. Every manufacturer is the same boat on manufacturing. I would imagine getting materials in these manufacturers are just as hard as building them. And it's been a huge challenge across the board in every brand. Doesn't matter what the brand is.
That makes total sense. I know for us, when COVID first came about, obviously for us, we had an immediate stoppage of what we were doing, and then we were able to get going again. But we took that time really to dial in our processes even more, kind of recognizing that, we have this issue with the lumber side of things. We have this issue with different products. So we have to be able to forecast. I mean, our job, right, is to keep all of the balls in the air. And I can imagine how difficult that is for you guys. So I appreciate all of the hard work. So anything else that we can do to help present Standard TV and Appliance in a good light? So you're working with, obviously, builders, remodelers. Are you working with Joe homeowner who walks into the showroom? I mean, can they talk to you, or
Yeah.
is there a different sales staff for that?
No. I do it all. Homeowners, remodelers, designers, the customer that walks in the door. Yeah, every customer is welcome in the showroom. We hope everyone comes in, even if they are dreaming of a year later. It's a great time. So yeah, everybody. Doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah, I think that's great. And guys, I would agree with Courtney on a few fronts. One, the more information you can get earlier in your own process is a huge positive. And so you're not looking too early. Secondly, I can say that Courtney is absolutely tremendous to work with. So if that's a direction you're looking to go, that being said, I've had great experience at Standard in general, but Courtney does an exceptional job. So I want to make sure that if you guys are going in to take a look at appliances or any of the other products that they're selling, please do it. But Courtney, I wanted to take a moment just to thank the ownership team at Standard for all that you guys do for us, and let you know how much we appreciate your relationship.
Well, thank you. And you are probably one of my favorite builders to work with. Very organized. Not that we need to go back and forth, but very organized. So I appreciate it. You put the best schedules together for me, and that helps tremendously on my end. So thank you.
Absolutely our pleasure, Courtney. So we'll look forward to, I think we got some appliances coming out here in the next couple of weeks. So thank you.
Do.
All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll look forward to talking to you soon.
Perfect. Thanks, Mike.
All right.